Well, good afternoon, First Baptist Church. Welcome to the Monday blog. We're in the book of Jonah, and I want to start at the very beginning, Jonah 1, starting at verse 1. So let me share my screen with you. We have some interesting things right here in the very beginning. It says, now the word of the Lord came to Jonah. So we know he's a prophet. God is talking directly through him so that he can share God's will to the rest of the people. And then we also see something very interesting. He's the son of Amittai. And that leads us to a couple of things, because Amittai means faithful to Yahweh. So where his dad was faithful, was Jonah going to be faithful also? And it also takes us back to 2 Kings 14:25, where we see that he reigned during the time of Jeroboam. He was the prophet telling them at that moment. And we know that Jeroboam reigned from 793 to 753 BC. And what's also interesting is that we know that near Nineveh, there were several plagues in 765 and 759 BC, not to mention a total eclipse in 763 BC. And imagine having a total eclipse when you have no idea what that means. You haven't studied the science. You don't have the technology that we have today, how scary that might be. So that kind of sets the time frame. And then we see who Jonah is, and is he going to be faithful? Right? God looks at him, he goes, arise, go to Nineveh. He's telling him, go to Nineveh, tell these people they're going to come to him. And Jonah knows who God is. He knows the heart of God, and he doesn't want to do it. He tells him to go out and call out against it for the evil that has come before me. And Jonah does what? He rose to flee to Tarshish. And this Tarshish was probably a town called Tartessus, which was far away in Spain, about 2,500 miles west of Joppa. He's going in the complete opposite direction instead of being in the presence of the Lord. The problem is we can never get away from the presence of the Lord. I don't care how far we run, how deep we dig, no matter where we go, we can never get out of the presence of God. And so he goes down to Joppa and he finds a ship, right, going to this Tarshish, and he paid the fare. He's paying to not do what God says. And he goes down into the bow, or into the depths of the boat, and he starts taking off towards Tarshish. And he thinks no matter how far he gets, he can get away from God, but he can't. And you know that Jonah knows that he can't get away from God. The Hebrew for this word to get out of the presence of God is literally from the face of Yahweh. There's no way we can flee from God. No way. Jonah couldn't do it. None of the prophets could do it. Nobody can get away from the presence of God. He's always there. Now we can look away from him, but he's always there. And so as we go on, we're going to see that God reaches out, and he's not going to let Jonah flee. He's going to make sure that Jonah does what God calls him to do, because of all these people that are going to come to repentance because of it. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys next week and talk a little bit more about Jonah. Have a good day.